kids? How's everyone doing on this lovely Wednesday? It's also known as Hump Day, which is what one of our friends here at Pal Talk just taught her young children about today. And how do we explain this? See, the third day of the week is getting over the hump. So hopefully all of you are getting over the hump. And to make your Wednesday a little bit easier, I've brought in one of my dearest friends and also a trusted confidant. And I know I trust him because he's the only man that is allowed to touch my hair. And hair is the crowning glory of every woman. This is James Corbett of the James Corbett Salon. You can check it out. You're all in front of computers right now at the jamescorbettsalon.com. Welcome, James.
Welcome. Thank you. That's studio.com.
Sorry.
It's beauty studio.
Sorry, James Corbett Studio.
We don't like to pigeonhole us as just salon. We're a studio of beauty and wellness.
Well, speaking of beauty and wellness, your salon/studio covers many different elements of pretty much it's like gestaltism. So some of the parts equal the whole. And you really cover women and men's needs from head to toe, from hair color, haircuts, styles, blowouts, different hair treatments to skincare, makeup, nails, pedicures, acupuncture, I mean, massage. There isn't anything that you don't cover at your salon and spa.
Well, I mean, I don't know about anything, but we try
therapy.
to. Well, even that tends to be a little bit, but I try to look at myself as when I'm dealing with a client. They're not really a client; they become kind of like a friend. I like to think of myself as their own personal little concierge, and it's what do you need, and I like to be solution oriented.
Getting into it. Spring is really about renewal, like renewal of self, a spring makeover, cleaning out the closet, so to speak. What are some of the trends right now that you see going on that you think they're must-haves?
Well, one of the things that I was really inspired by watching the red carpet this season for the Oscars was the amount of pixies that were going on. The really great, adorable short haircuts. And I think that it was really fantastic. And I think done with the right color and the right style on the right person, of course, it looks really fantastic. And I think it's a fun, just lob your hair off and be daring and be sexy and work it.
Now, I love the idea of being daring and being bold and being adventurous with your style because it is just hair and it can grow back. But one of the worries that I have is, can the pixie be worn by every face shape, every person?
No, I mean, obviously the thing is that, like I always say to you, whenever I do a segment with you, my catchword I like to say is, look for the trends as a source of inspiration, but not necessarily actualization.
Right.
So the thing is, look at it and say, oh, that looks really great on her. But then find a professional to say, would this look great on me? Because just because it's a trend and it's hot may not necessarily be that it's the right thing for you. On the same token, you might be surprised. You might think, I never thought that I could do that, and do it and totally change it up.
Is there like a face shape? Like, I have a heart-shaped face, which usually means that like my chin's a little longer, but I have a small face. Like, would someone with a heart-shaped face out there be able to carry a pixie, or would you say, girl, keep it long?
No, I mean, I definitely think that somebody with a heart-shaped face could definitely carry it off. Me just personally knowing you, which again is another really important aspect when you take in consideration working with a client's look, is that you want to make sure that the look not only fits their actual face shape, whatever, but you want to make sure it fits their personality.
I'm not a
but no, you are not a pixie. The furthest we could get with you is the new, like, Jennifer Aniston, like,
you don't think I'm pixie?
Like Bobby thing. My love, I love and adore you, but I know that, like, without your long flowing hair, like, yeah, not so much. Not so much.
All right,
you'd be miserable, and you'd be crying, and you would hate me.
I can never hate a man. That was so beautiful.
Oh, and same to you, my love.
I just give us a moment. I just want to sit there and stay a little bit longer. So, okay, so the pixie is in. What about, going through the lanes, the classic bob? We saw Kitty Holmes kind of reinvented that like several times over the past year and a half. Is the bob, like, are we just not?
Well, it is. I mean, if you look at Jenna Aniston, Jenna Aniston, like, lobbed off a couple of inches.
It was
so
kind of like slanted, right?
She's using that kind of bob thing. Chris McMillan is an incredible hairdresser out in LA. Hairstylist has been doing her hair for years and decided to change it up. And of course, when Jennifer Aniston changes up her hair, people really take notice.
Right. She had the Rachel. Remember the Rachel?
Yeah, the Rachel, which she said she hated.
I hated the Rachel too. I have a story because we can also have like your worst haircut stories, and this goes for men as well. So don't feel like limited because guys can get really bad haircuts talking about the situation, for instance, or any of the cast members of the Jersey Shore. But this is kind of interesting. I decided that I was going to go and get the Rachel, like many girls. And I think I was like in 7th grade. I had very thick, coarse, curly hair. I was going through puberty, hormones. Not good to be messing with the hair. And I went in and I said, my friend Desiree got the Rachel, and she had very thin hair, and she looked so cute. And I was like, I don't know, look like Des. So I was like, Des and I are BFFs, we're going to matching haircuts. Well, she got her haircut, looked great. I went in, and the woman, like, gave me a shroom cut. Like, I had, like, 3 layers of hair. Like, a bowl around my head, and then I had, like, another thing going on here. I mean, it was awful, and it wouldn't grow out, and it was a very lonely 7th grade. So we have a question from Glow Babe. What's up, Glow? She wants to know what's new for the spring, which is what we just got into. A Pixie's new, a reincarnated Bob like Jennifer Aniston.
And blonde, 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 blonde.
Blonde?
Blonde, 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 blonde.
Damn it! I'm so sick of it! I'm sick of it!
But it's also like, girl, we've had this talk before, you and I, about you going blonde. It's also like, again, like for the right person, the blonde. But
I want to be blonde,
it's
too.
like,
I want to be blonde. So no, not every woman can be blonde.
not every woman can be blonde.
But what if it's like the right blonde?
It's like the right blonde.
You can go totally like bleach blonde, and you look like a little like surfer boy.
Oh, I've totally done it. I mean, my running joke right now is actually that I look like Justin Bieber. But actually, it's more like Justin Bieber's father. And it's a really sad realization in your life when you laugh at that joke, and then you're like, wait a minute, let me do the math. That's actually really quite possible, and that's a frightening day in your life.
If anybody asks, I'm Selena Gomez's older, hotter sister.
Without a doubt. Totally.
No, it's cool. But really, so women out there couldn't be adventurous. If I wanted to try something different and dye my eyebrows and go with the whole thing, you're saying it just wouldn't go.
Yeah, no.
You never do.
No, I mean, we could certainly do lighter pieces on you, but I think the blonde thing on you, not so much.
That dream has been deferred.
I have a theory about, I do have a theory about blonde though, and then I do have to emphasize this. A little secret for all of you out there, not only am I obsessed with beauty and making women feel better about themselves, but I am a reality TV show junkie.
Oh my God.
Especially the Real Housewives series. No offense to any of the particular said housewives, but the ones on a different coast than the one coast that we're on, if you're too blonde and you start the plastic surgery too early, you actually wind up looking like you're 80 instead of 40. Right. That's all I have to say on that. So everything in moderation, everything has to be careful.
All I can say is for brunettes out there who want to be blonde, remember when Ava Longoria and Kim Kardashian did it.
Oh, no.
It was not a good look. I also did it.
What was that movie where she was dead and like
over my dead body?
Roots. I mean, it was like it was awful.
No, and it costs a lot of money, and we're still in a recession. We're still trying to save money. Going blonde is really pricey. So
it can be, but that's also my livelihood. But
no, I don't mean it like that. But I mean like going completely blonde for a girl with dark hair like mine.
Right.
It's like every 2 weeks.
Right.
It would be like stalking your hairstylist.
Right. Exactly.
But stalk away if you can. Cecile says my hair is really short. How best can I style my hair? So like pixie short.
Pixie short, Cecile. Also, I think a really great inspiration for somebody who really styles their hair really short and does it really fun and well is Halle Berry.
Ooh, I love when her hair's short.
Right?
When it's long,
love
she's
when
just
it's short
like a dime
and
a dozen.
she just really knows how to gel it and piece it up. Either it's just really like just the classic Mia Farrow, short and just really pixie and flat to her head, or she goes in and she puts gel in it and twists it up and gives it some texture to it. It can be really fun. So that's working with a lot of pomades and stuff like that too.
Okay, so it's really all about product.
Product.
And you would say like pomades are better than like a mousse substance, or?
Well, it depends on your hair, but usually if you're trying to go after that kind of look, you're going to need something that's got a little bit more hold to it.
How about breasts? Do we not do this anymore? Been seeing a lot of bows on that reality show. Really?
Braids, yeah, the braids still like.
Ooh, like that kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. Could you put a ribbon through your braid?
Well, I mean, no one's saying that you can't. So, I mean, you want to live in fantasy world? Absolutely. I mean, you can put Toys R Us beads and lifesavers in your hair if you really want to. So. Yeah,
I don't think that would really work for me. Now, hold on. Libya is free. This is the name of our texter.
Okay.
Dyes his hair white. What does James think about that?
his hair white, that can be really cool. I mean, look at Anderson Cooper. He's known as the Silver Fox because of
Oh
his
my
white
God,
hair.
I have seen him in person.
So, I mean, Livia is free, and obviously so are you from stereotypes and everything else. So, right on for you if you want to dye your hair white and it looks great on you.
But how
that
do
can
you,
look awesome.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, I just got a little overzealous, but like, how do you dye your hair white? I mean, is that like stripping the pigment and then actually
Pretty
putting
much.
white on there?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a double process blonde. So basically, you're bleaching out the scalp with a scalp bleach, and then you're putting a toner on there, which is usually a blue-violet toner, which is going to counteract any yellow tones to make it more white.
Quick question. If I wanted to look like Storm from the X-Men movie, or X-Men, I should say, thank you.
Right.
Would you let me go white?
Do
you think, I mean, like, think about it. Storm had similar coloring to me.
A wig would be fantastic.
You were never going to let me get my Greek flag out. Ever.
Fantastic.
All right, so our next question is, whenever I curl my hair, it turns kind of yellow-white. What am I doing wrong? Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. You're burning your hair is what you're doing. So
like
either
S&M.
you need to, that's a whole other show, girl.
That's so our 3:30.
Either your curling iron is not good, or the product that you're spraying on your hair before curling it is burning it. Maybe not necessarily even your hair, and it's leaving a film on your hair, causing that yellow white type thing. So I would also be careful if your hair is turning yellow white. What color is your hair anyway, and what color is your natural? And it could also be that your hair could be hanging on a thread anyway from like over processing. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
you're getting so good.
You know what it is? I learned from the best. He is like my sensei, or Mr. Miyagi to my Karate Kid. Another question I had is, like, when you curl your hair, is there certain products that you should be putting in beforehand? Because I know some people say, like, oh, I put hairspray and then I curl, but all it does is go like.
Yeah, it goes, and it's scary when it goes, but, you know, a good flexible hold hairspray, one of the hairsprays that we love to use when we do it, especially for bridals, is Paul Mitchell Soft Spray. It's really great. You spray in the hair, and it's got, like, some nice movement and wave to it. Also, I love Philip B. Jet Set Hairspray.
Yeah.
To also flexible hold hairspray. You don't want something that's too heavy.
Like Aquanet.
Yeah, not so much. Yeah.
My mom
maybe you want to do the dust afterwards with the Aquanet, so it's not going anywhere. But when you're actually in the process of curling it, you know, you have to be really careful when you're using heat styling tools. I mean, you have to think of your hair as being delicate. It's a fiber, and just like as you burn a piece of clothing, if you go over it with an iron too much or let the iron sit on there too much, it's the same way with your hair. You can burn your hair.
Speaking of just general rules. Are there certain rules, like a woman should not be washing her hair every day if she has longer hair? Because if you're constantly blowing and you're constantly
Well, this is definitely something that I always try and educate my clients on, is that we've become so obsessed with cleanliness here that we're constantly overwashing the hair. not girl. But, you know, in the hair, at least. You know, if you want to go walking around BO, I mean, that's another thing. But people really,
I'm just kidding.
The BO thing, let's talk about this for a second. Now, please check yourself. I mean, if there is a smell going on, there was this guy that was doing construction in my building. And it's like, I really have to get this off my chest here for a second. It's personal hygiene.
It is personal hygiene.
It was the beginning of the day. Granted, you know, you're a labor-intense worker. That can be really hot. But, like, it's not so hot when you're stinking at 10 o'clock in the morning that I don't even have to be sitting this close to you. I'm just, like, walking by, and it smells like wafting, basically suffocating.
Yeah, no, I know.
The same goes through with perfume. Okay, if your perfume lingers on after you're gone, you're using way, way too much.
That's the scent of a woman, James. James, you're amazing. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're going to come back soon.
Absolutely.
Because we haven't even gotten into summer. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out jamescorbettstudio.com if you live in the tri-state area, or maybe you're visiting in New York. You definitely want to stop by and see James and his amazing team of stylists. We will be back next week with the best-selling author of The Art of Social Work, Jody Siegel-Wing. Very happy to be with you guys. And James, you're fabulous. Love you all. Have a great night, morning, evening, wherever you are. Thanks.